Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angels in Action. Welcome, welcome, whether you are joining me live or on the rebroadcast. I am Larkin. Susie cannot join us today, but she will be back with us at 5 p.m. BST. 12 p.m. EDT time next week. So today I'm going to spend about 45 minutes with all of you, as always, bringing through wisdom, readings, and guidance, practical wisdom, readings, and guidance from Spirit. What is going on here? Oh, here we go. I was like, what happened to my little, there we go. That looks better. So during this hour, guys, we talk about, Susie and I really talk about everything. We answer questions that you have about spiritual, metaphysical, and even paranormal. We do readings on here, mediumship, psychic readings. We answer questions and bring through messages from angels and spirit guides. So it's not just angels. We actually go beyond that because angels are an important part of your spirit team. And your spirit team comprises of your angels, your spirit guides, other energies and wisdom from the higher realms, from the ethereal realms, that are not just limited to, this earthbound realm as well. We also, on Furball Friday, I go more into the animal readings and animal totems and animal messengers and that sort of thing. But, we also discuss that here. We talk about how to take the work with your spirit team and your spirit guides and to utilize that to make practical decisions. I have been a mindset, manifestation, and transformational spiritual coach for 15 years now. And this was after going to graduate school for psychology. And what I find is that, when people can work practically with their spirit team, remember who they are, and get the mindset work right, those three things are transformational. Okay. And again, we have a tendency to leave one of those aspects out or two of those aspects. We have a tendency to just focus on the physical or just on the mental or, just on the mindset. Thay was really working on, he's really the founder of the term we call mindfulness. And that was really practically applying being present in the now. So, I always like to remind you guys that spirit is exceedingly practical. Spirit is very practical in guidance and wisdom. There's no fluff when it comes to spirit. And so although oftentimes we get kind of mushy and gushy about spirit's actually very practical because the guidance that comes from your spirit team, your spirit guides and loved ones and angels, hi Mariana, welcome, is actually very practical wisdom. And I find that when a lot of people get readings, they don't see it as practical. They don't take that practical wisdom and understand that you are the physical aspect of your spirit team. You are the incarnated part. And so when spirit comes through to you or through us for you, that wisdom and guidance is actually very practical. And I see a lot of people listening, asking questions and listening, but they're not really doing their part. They're sort of waiting for their spirit team or their angels or God to do everything, not realizing how much they are a part of God. You are a part of God. You are a team member with your spirit team. You're the one here. So unfortunately, you have chosen to come and do the work. So just remember, as we're talking today and giving guidance and readings, whatever the case may be for you or whoever's on here, please just remember that there's always a call to action for you, even if it means being still and doing nothing, or it may mean, doing something, right? It may mean that, your spirit team is saying, stop doing this, do that. And so the reason I always, ask you guys to not pop right on and ask or beg for readings is to get yourself out of a place of lack. out of vibrational frequency of want or need, because that will keep you there. Get still, get centered, leave your stuff at the door. Hello, how are you? Yes, I do readings. Hi, Melody Hart. That's what I was just saying, is that I always take a few minutes to do an intro. And I still don't have your name right. Sarah, I can't read. There's something on my screen here. Sarab Gupta. I hope I said that right. I do readings on here, but you guys, if you know me, you know that I'm very clear about don't get on people's lives and beg for readings. Say hello first. Introduce yourself first. Get out of the frequency of I want, I need. I got to make sure the reader sees me. Because those of us that are empathic, we pick up on that energy. We're like, ooh, it's like being attacked. And the frequency is very, it's a place of need. And so one of the things, while I'm lighting my incense here, one of the things I'm trying to help you all, I know, welcome from India. Thank you for saying hi. We'll get to readings in a minute, guys. I want to set my incense and set the mood here. But one of the reasons that I do that is to help train everyone to please get your frequency in a better place to receive, so that when your messages actually come through, you are more open to perceiving and receiving what your spirit team is actually trying to tell you. And I find that people spend all day, some people spend all day going from reader to reader to reader online, trying to comfort themselves and feel better. You're welcome. And trying to comfort themselves and feel better. But what ends up actually happening is they either get the same answers from readers and then they don't do anything with it. They just go on and tell people, oh, this reader said this and that. Or they, the ash is going everywhere here. Ooh, or they, I don't know what's going on with this incense holder. Or they'll get some contradictory answers, or answers they think are contradictory from readers. And then they're like, well, I don't know which reader to believe. They're not telling me the same thing, So don't do that. Come and understand that if you're getting the same message, you're probably not doing something with it. And they're not going to give you something new until you do your part and you get that message. Number two, if you're getting different messages from different readers, they may just be picking up on different things, or perhaps your spirit guides and spirit team are trying to get through to you in a different way. Or the other thing that could be happening is that your perception has shifted and you need something else to get through to you. Okay. So anyway, keep that in mind, guys, not just for me, but when you go to anybody for a reading, keep that in mind, because we really do want to help you. And the only way we can really help you is if you guys are open to receiving. And that means even when you're not with us, your spirit team's trying to get through to you. Right. So learn to really pay attention. Hi, Paul. Welcome. Very cool. Let's see. Well, we've got Melody, we've got Mariana, we've got Sarab, we've got Paul. So I have a little dog who I think has a UTI, and she has a vet appointment at 3:45 my time. So I will be on with you guys today about another half an hour. And I brought angel card readings today to do. I have our Archangel Oracle cards. I'm going to draw 2 of those for each of you that I'm drawn to for a reading today. And see, we'll do a daily guidance card. I also have angel therapy cards. So we'll see. Probably going to do the guidance cards as well in here. All right. So let's see. You're welcome. Hi, Davy Jones. We always do mediumship. Thank you for saying hello. Yes. Even on Furball Fridays. The only limitations, guys, I really put on these broadcasts is on Furball Fridays. That is just for animals. Everything animals, non-human animals. Okay, that's kind of the limitation I put on that. All right, so let's see, Sarab. Let's draw for you first. Interesting. This was a topic that came through from Spirit last week. Don't forget, guys, to set up your ambiance with your drink and your incense. I don't have a candle out here today, but all right, interesting. All right, I actually was asked to draw 3 for you, Sarab, so that's what I did. And the first one I got, we're going to talk about this. This is from Archangel Jophael. She's absolutely beautiful. The first one I got for you is clear your space. So, this is about clearing things around you, even if you don't have clutter, clearing things around you that maybe contain old energy or are bringing about old habits of thinking or feeling. And also, this also means energy within you, Sarab. So this is very, very important because what this tells me, and Archangel Jophael is just absolutely, she's just amazing. And she has such a sweet yet powerful energy about her. And she's so clear in her communication. And, the clearing energy tells me it's always when it's clearing space, it can be more specifically like your physical space or your mental and emotional and inner energetic space. But this also means that that there's new energy wanting and needing to come into your life that there's not room for. So it means that, clearing space also means your old habits of being and thinking and choosing and acting. Because your habits is life in repetition. Remember, your spirit team's exceedingly practical. So they're not just going to give you woo-woo stuff. They're going to give you, at least when they come through to me, things that are very practical that you can use. Okay. So one of the things that you need to be doing is finding out where do you need to be creating space, because whatever it is you're wanting to manifest is not coming through. There's an energy block there from needing to create space. Interestingly enough, they asked me to pull the third card, and these first 2 cards are going to help you do that. So this one is Archangel Raphael, who deals a lot with healing. Everyone assigns him just to healing. He's actually so much more than that. But part of the healing process is actually the growing, evolving, and transformational process. And this one brings up a healthy lifestyle. So as far as taking care of yourself, resting well, eating well, getting the right amount of exercise. What they're sharing with me is that this card is actually referring to the fact that you have fallen out of balance some, that you need to find a better balance, and that even if you're not feeling that or experiencing that right now, that there is an element to the habits that you currently have that are going to lead to unhealthiness. So that balance of what you're doing right now, health, sleep, exercise, there's something out of whack there that you need to make an adjustment to, so that, in the future, so this isn't leading to something that is going to cause, physical issues in the future. So this is very important. Now, these two can actually kind of be together, because remember, we're talking about clearing space. We're also talking about habits. So, your habits of thinking, choosing, acting each day. And you might not be aware of it. If you have more, stress or more pressure going on, you might not realize that that is leading to a future, that could mean some dealing with some health issues, if that makes sense to you. And so what your spirit team has been after you about is, don't get distracted by the things you're worried about, and don't let them interrupt the good habits that you had, because the bad habits will lead to, um, you know, poor health eventually. This all makes sense as well. So Archangel Raziel, a lot of times you don't hear um, about him. I do give them genders when I'm talking about here, but they really don't have them. Just like in non-physical, we don't have them. We come here to experience that. the joy and the wonder of the contrast of being male or female. But in non-physical, we can be either. I usually refer to Raziel as female. In this card, the energy is coming through as more masculine, so I'm going to share it that way with you, Sarah. It says, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. Now, this is what I actually do as a mindset coach. I teach people to take back their power. These first two cards are ways of doing that. When you are, you are spiritual, so your consciousness, your physical, and your mental and emotional, right? So you are a non-physical being experiencing physical form. And so these two things, the clearing space and a healthy lifestyle, are exceedingly important for this. Okay? Because we tend to step out of our power and give our power away when we're stressing, when we're worrying, when we're allowing our decisions to be made by things that are influencing and brainwashing us. So that's why you guys always hear me say it's important to know and remember who you are. That's so important to remember who you are, because then you learn to trust yourself. You build a confidence in yourself. And no matter what or who is talking to you outside of your spirit team around you, you are making those decisions for you. Okay. And that's very important, because then you build more confidence and trust in yourself. All right. Does that make sense? So anyway, these are three very powerful and important cards, Sarab. And I have I'm going to move on to the next person. Hi, Kelly. Welcome. If you guys can give me 30 seconds, I am going to give my lovely cardinal messenger a little bit of sunflower seeds right now. Give me just 1 second, please. Sorry, guys, I'm coming back. I'm just dumping his sunflower seeds. Yeah, baby. All right, sorry. I normally feed him at like really early in the morning, and I didn't feed him early this morning, and he trusts me now, so he's right on the table next to me. All right, let's see here. Let's see. You're so welcome, Sir Rob. Thank you for joining me. Guys, while I'm shuffling these cards for the next person, I also want to let you know that it was the full moon yesterday. It was an incredible full moon. I don't know how many of you saw it. But I have decided to do, my spirit team said, why don't you do some full moon readings? So the full moon energy is actually very strong about 2 or 3 days before and 2 or 3 days after a full moon. So actually tomorrow evening, it might be too late for those of you in other parts of the world, but at 8 p.m. EDT, I am going to do 2 hours of full moon readings just for 20 people. So for 12 US American dollars, you can join this. It's going to be a semi-private group like my angel party readings are, only it's a lot less than my angel parties. Each person's going to get a 10-minute reading. So it's basically like $1 a minute. So if you guys want to join that, you can see it pinned to my psychic medium page. You can purchase it through larkinsreadings.com. So yeah, this morning at 3 a.m. Right, Paul? But if you guys want a more in-depth reading than your online free readings, and you want to be with a small group, a semi-private group of people, then I'm going to be doing that tomorrow night at 8 p.m. EDT. I only have 20 spaces. A couple people have already purchased tickets, so I only have a few spaces left. We're going to do it via Zoom. And I might even do it via Steamyard, because I can invite people on to actually talk to me. But it's going to be 10 minutes. So it's basically $12 for a 10-minute reading. And the entire experience of being on there 2 hours, listening to other people's readings and being able to ask questions. Okay. So let's see here. Davy Jones. Let's see. All right. So I'm shuffling these. Let's go ahead and, oh, you saw this at 3 a.m. Paul, that's what you meant. That's cool. All right. Well, let's see here, Davy. Let's connect to Your friend Nikki and your father then. Let's get them to come in. I'm also going to draw 2 cards for you. Interesting. Okay. So let me sort out, guys, as I start doing mediumship. Yes. Nickel Heck. Yes. Angels in Action. That's right. We're talking about our entire spirit teams. And getting messages from them today. So let's see here. It's fine. I still have 20 minutes here. Okay, so when mediumship or readings start coming in, it always comes in differently in different ways for different souls and different people. And what I have to start doing is sorting out the infinite vibrational frequencies that are coming in that are resonating more with you. So Paul, I'm getting so did one of these souls cross over about 1 to 3 years ago? Davy, sorry, Davy, let me know. I'm getting a feeling of, remember, these souls are coming from outside of time and space, of about 1 to 3 years. And did Nikki have the, well, at least if this is who it is, looks like she's coming to me with straight hair, about shoulder length. I want to just get validation for these souls as I invite them in. Right now I'm getting a stronger sense of her moving in than your father. Okay, 1, 3. Okay, that's okay. That's good. That's validation. I want to check because the more they give me, the stronger that energy gets. And often they use what they're giving me to make it easier for them to come in, and to kind of work their energy in. So I'm sort of getting a mixing that I'm getting here, Davey, but I'm still looking for validation. So did your friend Nikki, did you know there was something wrong? What I'm sensing is that, hi, Robert Orange, that there was something wrong. You knew there was something wrong, but you don't feel that you got to say goodbye. So did you knew there was something wrong and she could pass and she was perhaps unwell, but you didn't think she was going to pass when she passed. Is that correct? That's the feeling that she's giving me. Because she's coming through and she's saying, thank you for being such a good friend. And she's just, they make me feel chills. So, sorry guys, I got something in my eye. They give me chills when the messages they're wanting are really coming through. They're sort of like surrounding me with energy, and they're in my energy field. So, and they're in your energy field. So they give me chills when these are really powerful things that they want to say. Hi, Melissa, welcome. And what she's wanting to say is that you thought you were gonna have a chance to say goodbye, and we're even hopeful that she was going to be well and be okay. That you were unaware of how serious it was there at the end with her. Sorry, guys, I have something in my eye. I don't know what it is, but it itches. And she's just saying, like, she tries to come up to you in several ways. She tries to come into your dreams. She meets you in the astral plane, Davy, but she also puts her hand on your arm. She says she puts her hand on your arm, like right here, like from this side. So she comes up often. She puts her hand here. And she's just been she's hoping that if she just repeats and repeats and repeats, that you're going to get the message. But she wants you to know that, she didn't know until she passed that it was going to be right then either, or she would have contacted you. She would have let you know. She said it kind of it kind of took her by surprise, and then she had the choice and she chose to go because she knew she was going to be crossing over anyway, and it just felt like the perfect time. She was told and shown that she would be able to reach out to you and others that she loved that did not get to say goodbye, and would be able to communicate that to them. So she went ahead and moved on, because remember, they don't miss us. They're not upset about transitioning over, but they do want us to be at peace. They want us to find peace with that, because we're the ones that have to go through the rest of our lives struggling. Okay. And so she just wants you to know that she also thought she was going to, she was hopeful that she was going to actually remain in this world. Of course, this is before she had her crossing over experience where she was like, yes, I want to go. And she didn't know it was going to be that quick either. She thought she would have time and more time to spend with you. So she just wants you to tell you that she's sorry she's let it go this long, but she has been trying to get through to you, and to thank you for being a good friend and being a sincere, authentic friend, and for keeping her in mind all this time, and even coming to ask about her. Okay. That's very powerful. Let's see. Now she also is showing me, and then we're going to move on to your dad. It seems a little bit more, there's a little more challenging energy with your dad here. She's also saying that, there's something that she either wanted you to have or gave you. It looks like a book. Is there like a book, or it's something that's like bound, that she wanted you to have, or that she gave you? Maybe it was a loan and you were supposed to give it back. But she's showing me what looks like a book, a bound. It's like, it's paper basically. And and she just wants to thank you, know that she'll always be there for you, and keep an eye on you. You guys are friends in the non-physical. Okay. And this is interesting too. I just want to share these two cards quick for you, Davy Jones, and then we'll go on to your dad. I also drew the All Is Well card, Archangel Jeremiah. Everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to. With hidden blessings, you will soon understand. Okay. So this is the card I drew, card I drew for you, Davy. Okay. Okay. Well, she had a book. Like I said, I don't know if she gave it to you or not, so maybe she didn't give you a book. But she did have one that she wanted you to have. And it looks like it was like, I don't know what book it was. It's very vague. It was like a spiritual book, or a philosophical book, that had to do with really getting to know your connection. And I'm asking her in side conversation, is there another way you will find this book? And I'm being told, yes, you will. You are going to either be given this book by someone, or you are going to you're going to buy a copy. You're going to find it and find a connection to it and buy it. It's something that was helping her in her struggles, and she thought it was something that you would find very helpful. So you will find it. There are other ways, Davy, that spirit comes through. And just like I was drawn to the Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, where I literally went to the bookstore, I walked in a new one of the Barnes and Nobles. I walked directly back to a section that I don't even know about, and I knelt down on the floor and picked up a book I never knew, which was The Power of Now. That's going to happen for you. Okay. So, okay, you did start reading books more lately. Okay, well, this is important, and this will happen. I've never had spirit be wrong, so message me when it does, but it's always a miraculous thing. Okay. All right. So let's see here.
You have a way of making things look nice.
Yeah. My father-in-law's enjoying the flowers we planted. Okay. So let's connect with your dad here. Okay. Your dad is a bit more difficult to connect with, although he's trying to come through here. He's very proud of you. He's saying that his passing did make a did have an impact on you. I mean, obviously it does with everyone, but he's pointing that out, that he feels like it really had an impact on you. And And he's sorry for that, but he's also saying that there's a lot of growth to be learned from that. He is working hard with me here inside conversation to get through the clarity. And I often tell you guys on these readings, if a soul doesn't pop up very clear and obvious for me right away, or it takes a few moments or minutes, or they have to give me some different signs and symbols to work their way there, or even another person like your friend Nikki's soul came through first, that is always an indicator to me that someone is very unsettled with their passing, that either someone didn't get to say goodbye, or that the person asking the reading, which would be you, Davy Jones, or someone near you, was really not at peace, or there was questions regarding that person's passing. Because the blocks are always on the side of those of you that are still here and inquiring. And so, believe it or not, that makes it challenging. And then I have to work, or the reader has to work their way with that soul to work through. But he's saying that although the challenges are going to be beneficial for you that come with the hardships that you have from someone's passing, even those have a positive impact, believe it or not, because they give us an opportunity to grow. And awareness is often painful. And so the big impact, although it feels difficult and challenging and painful, understand that he wants you to know that a lot of growth and awareness can come from that on your part. And that is what he wants for you. Okay. What he's showing me is that the impact that it had, he feels as though you are, he feels as though you are stuck in that impact, and he doesn't want you to be stuck in the effect that his passing had on you. Okay. He wants you to know that he is as close to you, if not closer now than he was, because he can know you even better right now. And that means when you are going through something, he can see more of the elements in it than just what he could have seen in human form, or the advice and guidance that he could have given you, right? He shows me the solidarity that he had for the family. He shows me images of him laughing, and the security that his presence gave you with your own identity to just enjoy life, to know that he was there as, not just a dad, but a friend. Hi, James, welcome. But a friend that you could also rely on. Okay. Nettie, you can certainly ask a question, but I'm in the middle of a reading right now. Okay. So we're doing a mediumship reading for Davy Jones's father. And he feels that, and he wants you to know a couple of things. Number one, he wants you to remember how much of him you are. You are now the extension of him in this world that he has left here, that he has to carry on his solidarity, his strength, his joy, his laughter, everything that he shared with you. You are a different version of that. And he wants to remind you of that. He says that, you seem to be confident in knowing who you were and your place in life until he passed. And that now that is really, that is something that you need to recover and recapture, but you can't go back, right? You can never revert back. So you need to recover and recapture that in a new and improved version of you and who you are. Okay. So yeah, Melissa, I remember that, because she was struggling to come through, because when there's a lack of peace over someone's passing, or questions about their passing, it's harder for that soul to come through, not because of them, not even because of the reader, but because of the loved ones that are having that block. Okay. So I see your question, James. So So what is going on here, Davy, is that, you know, he wants you to look at the patterns that you've been struggling with since his passing and the core things that have caused a big impact in his passing on you. And he wants you to turn those around and find out how they can give you strength. Because when we are struggling and suffering, there are always messages. Okay, it's never for us to struggle or suffer. There are always messages in that into what we need to do differently, in the shifts we need to make, because struggling and suffering always holds within it the opportunity and the fuel and the keys to being a better version of yourself. Okay, and that's what your dad has been trying to get through to you. So what he's saying is, so both Nikki and your dad are going to be able to connect with you now more clearly and more strongly now that we have had this connection. Okay, and you are going to be able to receive from them better. You are receiving from them in clear cognizance, Davy. They try to get through to you. So your dad tries to get through to you in thought. Nikki tries to get through to you also in feeling. Okay, so in a kinesthetic, energetic way. So if you feel temperature change, if it's all about tapping into the subtleties, what I do. Okay, so pay attention to those subtleties and don't doubt them. Your dad is saying, don't doubt them. I will always be there with you. I am part of your soul family and I'm not leaving. Okay, but now it is your time to step into the role that I had to hold energetically. And he's been there. He's like, I've been there. Okay, and you can do this too. And he's given you everything that you need to do that. So your spirit team, your dad, Nikki, they're all there. And just trusting and believing and knowing they're there, continuing to talk to them is important. Angel therapy from Raphael is the next thing that came through. And I saved that for last. They asked me to save that for you, Davy Jones. That means that your angels are working with you to encourage you to sense what your dad's trying to share with you. Okay. Bottom line is, on the other side of the impact that this had on you is a better version of you, is a better outcome for you. And your dad knows this. Okay. So just break the habits is his guidance to you. Break the habits of the impact that it had on you by making choices to get out of that comfort zone. Okay. You're welcome, Davy. I hope that helps. Thank you for letting me read for you. Now, guys, I only have 5 minutes left because I do have to take my little Jack Russell to the vet. I want to remind you before I do my last one or two, I'm going to try to get 2 more quick readings in. The mediumship readings, Nettie, I would like to do more intensely, actually for you than real quick. So hi, Angie, Angelots, welcome. So here's a couple things I want to share with you all. If you look on my psychic medium page, I am actually giving more in-depth readings than what I do on free readings. They are for $12 American. You guys can join a 2-hour event. Everyone is guaranteed a 10-minute reading. Okay, normally my 30-minute readings are $75. So if you want a more in-depth, semi-private reading in a safe space with me tomorrow night at 8 p.m. EDT, thank you, Paul. I only have about, let's see, I think I have about 15 spaces left. So for $12, guys, that's like 2 coffees, less than 2 coffees. For $12, if you follow the link on my psychic medium page, they're full moon readings because we're in 3 days of the full moon that was yesterday. And I do $12 readings during that time. Only 20 spaces are available. So you get to be on with me for 2 hours. You'll get a 10-minute reading. You'll get to ask questions and hear other people's readings, which messages also come through for you during that time. Okay. So I will post that link in these comments later. But if you guys want something more in depth, since I have to get off in 5 minutes, then you can join me there for that. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So Nettie, what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to do a full reading on you because I only have a couple minutes and a couple people wanted readings, but I'm just going to quick give you guys what Spirit asked me to do on live readings, live free readings, which is validation, comfort, and guidance. Okay. If you want something more in depth, you can find me on Veronica Jenkins' Find me a Medium page tomorrow. She also has great readers there. I'm going to be doing free readings. You can join my full moon readings for $12. It's pinned to the top of my page. But mediumship readings, really, I'm very thorough, and they take a little bit longer. So I'm just going to real quickly let you know that your mom is there. She wants you to know it doesn't matter how long ago she passed, Nettie. She is there with you just as strongly and close and intensely as she was, right after she passed. They are outside of time and space. Okay, Nettie. So she's always going to be with you. She has been trying to let you know that she's there and be present with you. And, like I said, if you either join the full moon readings or go on and get another free online reading, there never is in depth, but please understand that she has been trying to get through to you more with readings. So either schedule a reading with a reader you trust, actually schedule a reading, join an online angel party like I host, or the full moon readings, if you want something more in depth than the free readings. But if I see you on here again next time, I'll try to do a little more in depth. But I want to make sure you knew she was with you and she loves you, and doesn't matter how long it's been. She's still that close to you. Okay. The same thing, James Davis, if you're still there with you, I just want to let you know, let's see, cause you've been popping on my lives actually a couple times asking about Tyler, and I've only got like 2 minutes left. So again, I just want to give you validation, that Tyler is there and present. Tyler's been trying to get through to you, James, by tickling you, kind of because in the tickling there's that can get your attention. So by tickling, I mean like a real soft, like energetic touch, so that you can feel the presence and the energy, just to get your attention. That's how Tyler's been trying to get through to you. Also in dreams, James, if you have been just kind of like finding yourself like waking up and you don't know why you wake up, or like kind of dozing off and then boom, waking up, that's Tyler. Tyler's main mode of trying to get through you right now is just trying to get your attention so that you know it's Tyler. Okay, which I think is super cool. So I have to take my dog to the vet. Please, if you like this, like and share this so others can find it. We will be back with Angels in Action next Monday at 12 EDT, 5 BST. I am on live readings tomorrow with Veronica Jenkins, where I do more free live readings. Again, for a more in-depth reading, guys, some of you need that, some of you don't. Find a reader you trust, or get on one of my online angel parties that's a lot less expensive, or better yet, just join for $12. I've never done readings that cheaply before. $12 for the full moon readings. You can find them, and I'll post it down here. You're guaranteed a 10-minute reading, which allows me to be a little more thorough with you guys, because I am super thorough. Okay. I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I'm sorry that I have to go, but it was the only time my vet could fit my girl in today. But I'm online almost every day of the week. So hopefully I'll see you all again later. Don't forget to like my page if you enjoyed this. I got to run. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Bye.